All right, what's going on, gang? Live at the winter meetings. Got a bunch of stuff happens today. If you haven't heard, Justin Verlander is off the board. Aiden's in the house. What's up, my man? How much did the Giants offer Aaron Judge? And is it better than we don't know what the offer is yet? But Judge is. They just announced that he's going to be at the winter meetings tomorrow. He's officially showing up, so that's probably a sign that he's probably going to sign during the winter meetings. Otherwise, he generally wouldn't show up. So he can have his moment there. Trey Turner's off the board. He signed. Yes, Verlander signed. And the Yankees just announced they gave Brian Cashman a 4-year extension through 2026. So that's what we got right now. Justin Verlander is a 2-year deal for 86 point change, so about 43.3 per season, which is pretty much matching Max Scherzer. But he also has an option for a third year at 35 million. So could take it up to pretty much 121 million for 3 years if it's a vesting option. So I haven't seen the details of the vesting option, but it's probably going to be on innings pitched or games played or something like that, performance-based. So that's what we know right now. Trey Turner, 11 years, $300 million contract with the Philadelphia Phillies. Okay, Dave Dombrowski's first big splash the offseason. And again, Brian Cashman, let me pull up the details. So we'll see if we have any details here. There's probably not a lot of unhappy people right now, but Ben and Danielle, the Verlander contract is nuts. I don't know if you saw the Trey Turner contract is 11 years, 300, under 30 million per. So my gut's telling me that Carlos Correa is probably not very happy right now. So Frankie Diaz, who signs next? Well, Judge is arriving at the meetings tomorrow. They just tweeted that. And probably him in the next couple of days. Maybe Rodon. Rodon is looking for 6 years. No surprise, he's repped by Scott Boras. So Boras is probably going to try and get what DeGrom got. There's no surprise there. My guess is he'll probably get a 50 with a 6-year option, but somebody might be crazy enough to give him a guaranteed 6-year. He is 29. So, Robbie Ray just got that. He got a 5-year deal. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really, really interesting. I'm pulling up here. Let's see if anything else is filtering through on MLB. No, Phillies. Yankees extend Brian Cashman for 4 years. And my guess is the Yankees probably weren't going to do any moves until this was locked up anyway. So now he's officially under the books. I expect the Yankees to make a few moves. There's a massive risk. Yeah, it's going to be, it is going to be a massive risk, Justin. But these are the types of contracts the Phillies had to do. It's longer, but it's lower dollars, just like Bryce Harper. So, but yeah, it takes him through the 40 or 41 season. So, but he's the type of guy that'll probably age well, his body type. So, we'll see what happens here. But he's also Bryce Harper's best friend. He's probably the missing piece of the Phillies. Probably the missing piece. So, OPS in the playoffs. Yeah, unfortunately, it's better than Aaron Judge's OPS in the playoffs. So, but this is the types of stuff that the moves out, teams that have to make these types of moves, like Texas needed to make that risk with Jacob deGrom. So, chances the Mets get Devers in a blockbuster, slim to none probably. I don't think they have what it takes to get it unless they give up their stud catcher. They're going to have Brett, what's his name, Beatty, or they're going to have to give up pretty much all their top young kids. So, but I don't think so. I doubt it. But again, could be wrong. Could be wrong. They could also sign Correa and just move him to third base instead of trading for Devers. Should have stayed with the Twins and then got his 35. Yeah, he could have, but this is where opting out could backfire. He could go, he can go back and sign another deal, but now he's a free agent. So I don't know if the Twins would do it again. I just don't know. I don't see the game aging well. Basically declining. Speed, he'll age better than a big guy would. That's for sure. The reason I'm looking down is because I want to see if anything's popping up. So, what's the actual? Are we looking at Rodon? The annual? My guess is his market's probably going to be 150 for 6 or 5, between 25 and 30 million per. I think now that DeGrom has gotten 37 per year, Rodon is 4 years younger or 5 years younger, and he's been more durable the last couple of years. So that was going to work in his favor. What's up, NFE? It's probably going to be around there, maybe 6 years, $160, 6 years, $180, 6 years, $150, like anywhere around there, Yuhan. I think you're probably onto something there. Which of the first big three signed with the most surprise? Probably DeGrom to Texas. Trey Turner to the Phillies. Signs are pointing towards that way for weeks. The Verlander, I think, was a reactionary run. The money was probably surprising, but I thought he was going to get at least a 2-year high dollar deal, and he did. So, but the option was the one that put them over the top. It sounds like the Astros weren't willing to give him that option for the 3rd year. The Mets did. So, and the Mets had to, having lost, what do you call it? DeGrom. So, Soto, because the game is based on plate discipline. Yeah, Soto will probably age well too. What's up, Train? To me, the most surprising was Verlander. Yeah, I mean, DeGrom was kind of, he was talking about him wanting to go to Texas, so it happened. I had Trey Turner to Phillies for a bit now. I didn't know Verlander was going to go to the Mets, but again, they have two guys now at 40 years old frontlining their rotation. Hall of Famers, no doubt, both of them first ballot, but there's going to be it's going to be really interesting with the meetings. Things are just getting started. Let's see here. Anything else? Not yet. If you haven't heard, Aaron Judge is arriving at the winter meetings tomorrow. So my guess is something might be announced. Carlos Diaz. Hal's doing exactly what he wanted. Cashman keeps them wildly profitable. And, he takes the heat for Hal. So, for Hal, it's perfect business. It's good business. So, since 2009, they've tripled their net worth. So, but I know a lot of folks they hate Cashman. I get it. But who is going to come in here and do a better job is the question. That's the question, right? So, Cashman does exactly what Hal wants him to do. And like Randy Levine and the rest of the powers that be. So, it made sense for them. You know what I mean? Mark, appreciate that, man. Hunermund. Appreciate that. But, somebody was commenting earlier calling me lazy, low effort. But I don't know about that. But, if that's his opinion, then that's his opinion. No. Judge might make a decision by Wednesday. He's showing up to the winter meetings tomorrow, NFE. So you might be right. New York Angels, yeah. Yeah, Leonard. Turner, 11 years, $300 million. Let me pull up this from MLB.com. The Phillies assigned Trey Turner to 11-year deal. Right there. Yep. Appreciate that. Good vibes, Angel. Appreciate that. Well, Sandman, who would be better than him is the question. He's got more titles and he's got the most wins in 25 years of any other team. So I understand the frustration, but who would be better is the question. Correa will do another trade. He might, CC, you might be right there. And the Yankees are pushing hard for a Brian Reynolds trade. What else have I heard? The Yankees are also in constant contact with Carlos Rodon's people every single day, multiple times a day. So, he's got to be licking his chops. He's going to get a good deal thanks to Verlander and DeGrom. He's also a Scott Boras guy, so Boras is going to shoot for the moon. There's no doubt about it. Where do I think Judge is going to sign with? Patrick Mahomes? I'm guessing the Giants. He's going to put out they're probably going to put out a like $350, $360 million deal. They know that if it's only slightly larger than the Yankees, it's not going to be enough to move them. So it's going to have to be a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. But again, at this point, the Yankees have had a $300 million deal on the table now for almost 2 weeks, and he hasn't bit. So he's clearly going for the money. Again, it's his right to do. I get it. It's his chance to cash in, but the whole loyalty thing, I don't buy it when it comes from Judge. Sorry, I just don't. Go get Reynolds, Rodon, and Correa third. That would be a nice haul. And if this is the case, if this is with Judge moving, I'm still going after Benintendi in your sheet or something like that. We'll need another corner outfielder if Judge leaves. If he stays, then we only need one. Like Reynolds will be perfect. Yeah, I think the Giants are going to make a pretty good offer. Block the Yankees on Twitter. He's also been blocking annoying Yankee fans today on, I think, Twitter and other social media platforms. So that's what he's been doing today. So the Yankees signed Reynolds. They trade for Reynolds. He would be going to be a trade. The Astros will be all over. Yeah, they're already all over Benintendi. So, if they get him, they get him. If I'm the Yankees, I'm giving Benintendi an offer right now. I don't see the point in waiting for Judges to make his decision. There's still so many other holes that they need to fill. Stop waiting for Judge to decide. The world does not revolve around him. Okay, I understand he's their franchise and blah, but the world does not revolve around him. And I hate saying it. Well, people hate when I say that, but it's true. Yeah, he's going to get a 9-year deal probably from everybody, all for at least now. I don't think 8 years is going to be enough. Yankees need to start waiting on Judge. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly, Fortrain. This is the thing, right? Get Rodon, make a deal for Reynolds. I mean, Rodon and Reynolds to me is just as good as Judge, and then you can pivot and go get some other things. Go get some other things. Aiden, you already asked me that. If the Giants made an offer, they have not. They're preparing a huge offer. That's what I'm hearing, Aiden. I don't think we need to trade. Yeah, Trey Turner. Yeah. Yeah. Personally, if I'm going to get any of those guys, it'll probably be Correa or Xander Bogaerts. Yeah. Get them all. I hear that, fat guy, little coat. Yeah, Rodon, Reynolds, and Benintendi or Yoshida would cost less than Judge by himself. All three of them would cost less than Judge. And a reliever. Anthony, yeah, we appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much. Love the Verlander deal for the Mets. Yeah, short term, high dollar. Fits their window. Thought the Yankees would have gotten him, honestly. Yeah, I mean, but I think it was a little bit of a panic move too for the Mets since they lost DeGrom. Scherzer has an opt out after this season too, so I wouldn't be surprised if he exercises it and tries to get another deal tacked on or 2-year deal or something like that. So it'll be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Jace is in the house. What's up, man? Yes, he could, Aiden. He could come to the Yankees. We'll see how much it's going to cost. How much do you think Benintendi would cost? Yeah, I'm saying probably around the same thing, Christopher. 5 years, 80, between an 80 and 100. It sounds like the Nimmo market is like at 130, 140 now. That's a big market for him, which is crazy. Anthony, no, you missed. Well, just Justin Verlander signed with the Mets. Trey Turner signed with the Phillies, and the Yankees just extended Brian Cashman for 4 years. So, and this is a good hot take. Brian Reynolds is a better fit than Judge for the Yankees' future. I agree. I agree. Yeah, it sounds as and he's already expressed a willingness to play for the Yankees today, Brian Reynolds. So that's an affirmative too. That's a positive, I should say. So, the Braves were close to a trade for Sean Murphy of the A's last night, and now it's on stall mode or something like that. So, but they still seem to be the favorites. So we'll see what happens there. But Sean Murphy's very likely going to get traded during the winter meetings as well. So this is Bertolucci. Couldn't agree more, dude. Couldn't agree more, man. So what's your final answer? Will Judge leave or stay? My final answer has been he's going to leave. It's been that way for a little bit now. Good vibe. I think he's going to leave. I get pounded for it. I've said it for like a month now. He's going to leave. That's just my prediction, but we'll see. Yeah. Imagine Judge with the Yankees years 6 through 9. Yeah, that's the fear. That's the big fear. Could even happen earlier than that. So World Cup. It sucks that the American team got eliminated, but Netherlands are a very good team. So I'm rooting for Messi now in Argentina. So Cubs. Yeah, watch out for Dansby Swanson. They might get Dansby. Phillies can make another World Series. Yeah, now that they added Trey Turner. I mean, they lost Zach Eflin. I get it, but like Trey Turner is Trey Turner. So that's a big boost for their offense. I think they're going to get another pitcher of some capacity. So they'll get somebody to add to that rotation. Dominguez will be the minimum. Oh yeah, I mean, if I'm them, I'm not hesitating to move Jason Dominguez or Dominguez and Roderick Arias, and I'll give Davey Garcia, who's found himself as a reliever. Those three and another pitcher. But I don't think they need Oswald Peraza because they have O'Neill Cruz at short. They have Cabrian Hayes at third, unless they want to play him at second. Okay, but we'll see. We'll see. France or Brazil. Could be NFA. It could be, man. A lot of great teams. Yeah, he's attending the winter meetings tomorrow, Anthony. Judge, yeah, he's coming here. Probably wants his moment. Everybody knows he's probably going to sign. So we'll see what happens, whether it's back with the Yankees or with another team. Matt Blake is, he's done a pretty solid job. Pirates won't ask me. My guess is they probably want either pitching and outfield, which is why I feel good about being able to get him without Oswald Peraza or Anthony Volpe. Just has little reason to come back to the Yankees, especially with the direction there. It's a good point too, Ben and Danielle. Do I think Florial gets playing time? Hardly any. I would include him in a trade. What's the point keeping him around if they're not going to play the guy? Give him a fair shot. I'd give Dominguez, not Peraza. Dominguez has been word lifer. They criticized him again the other day for hustle. He might have a higher ceiling, but there's nothing more frustrating than a talented guy who won't hustle. So it just reminds me of Gary Sanchez, and then I would not. And Brian Reynolds is the finished product of Jason Dominguez, in my opinion. So I'm getting the guy that's further along. But I understand your logic, though, word lifer. I get it, man. Will Yanks trade Glaber? I don't know, but I think they should, regardless of what happens to DJ LeMahieu's toe. So, that's parades over prospects. I hear that. Justin. They were serious in time turn upon. I was saying, yeah, I mean, but I think my guess they were probably waiting for Cashman's signing to be official, and it became official about 2 hours ago or an hour ago. Now he's officially with the Yankees for the next 4 years, and he can get to work and get bumping on these moves. Glaber and Dominguez enough for rounds? Probably not, Johan. Probably not. And you'd have to probably eat some of Glaber's money. He makes more in arbitration than Brian Reynolds does, which is crazy, but he does. Yeah, MLB draft lottery Tuesday at 8:30. The Rule 5 draft is Wednesday, so there's a lot of stuff coming. True or false? Soto gets 500 free. If he's playing well, if he's producing well, then probably, Justin. Would I attach Glaber with Donaldson to help unload his contract and sign Carlos? If they could do that, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if they could, yeah, Anthony, if they could, get a team to bite on both, heck yeah. I would consider trading Andres Parra since we aren't protecting him on the 40-man roster. Yeah, that might happen too. He might be part of a trade, It might be, Christopher. That's a good point. I think he'll get picked up on the Rule 5. I mean, look at Steven Ridings. The Yankees put him on waivers, and the Mets picked him up immediately. So, Blue Jays going in on Nimmo Bellinger and the pitcher from Kodai Senga. Yeah. Blue Jays are going to make some moves too. Sanchez got him super looking forward to seeing Ryan Jeffers lose full-time catch for you. That's a good too. Let's see. Let's look down here and see if we got anything coming. Things are starting to pop up more frequently now. So, it's $27 million annual value for Trey Turner. That's a good deal for the Phillies. Let's see. Let's see what we've got here. Anything else? Nothing yet. Yeah, nothing yet. But it's all right. Anything else that comes out today, I'm going to put it out anyway in the video. So you'll get it one way or another. No news yet. Just that he's looking for 6 years, Reggie. So he's the guy in the market. And then once he's out and Jamison Tyone is going to shoot up, he's going to be the most desired. And he apparently has a huge market. Love the break in this. Roger Clemens is in George's box and he's coming back. Oh, yeah. Anthony, yeah, I started a week ago. Yeah. I would not be surprised at all, Hassan, using the Giants to drive the price of the Yankees. Yeah. And I think he's going to get another offer from a team or two at the winter meeting. So this is just part of it. And he's had one of the best free agency seasons ever in the history of baseball. So, yeah. By the way, if anybody hasn't smashed that like button, if you don't mind, do that right now. Let's get us over 100 likes as quickly as we can. I appreciate you. So we always try to get 100, 150 likes if we can during the live stream. So Chaparro's in a weird spot because come on, show. Oh, from the Yankees out off for Pittsburgh. Herman. Yeah, shopping Herman too. Dominguez, Arias, and Wells for rounds. I'd add Gill if they give up Yell. That'd be a nice package for Train. Be a nice package for both of them. Parr's in a weird spot because of where the minors, how long he's been there. Something other teams will ignore him because there's almost no chances. Yeah, I mean, I think he would be an add-on to a trade, right? So I'm hoping. I mean, if I'm the Yankees, I'm on the phone with the Tigers. They need a second baseman. We need a reliever. I would go hard after Gregory Soto, and use Torres as part of the package to get him. So let's see, $100 million for Benintendi is too much. 5 years for 54. Yeah, I mean, I think he's probably going to get around 75 or 80. Good vibes. I'm also hearing that he was not happy playing in the Yankees, so I don't know how accurate that is. So, yeah, Mookie's willing to move to second to play for Judge. Yeah, it came out a couple weeks ago. This is more natural, original position to Mookie, so to make room for Judge in right field, even though he's a Gold Glove in both positions, Mookie. Doesn't Judge was the games from more great. See, this is the thing, and this is the like. It shouldn't be this way, Michael. The Yankees should not be waiting for his decision. They should be filling out other positions. Number one, because they need to fill out other positions. Two, if he wants to be on a winning team, fill out the other positions and make the positions around him better. Make it hard for him to leave. Okay? This is like, this is what I'm talking about. They're gonna get a boatload, David Turner, for Brian Reynolds. He's got three years of control left. And his production. Let's see again here. Let's see if we got anything. Contact hitters. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Let's see. What are your thoughts? Okay. No. No. Now let's go and check MLBTradeRumors.com again. No. Okay. Last thing big is Phillies and Trey Turner. Soto isn't enough for Gleyber. I'm not sure if Gleyber was going to be enough for Soto, but it'll be an interesting trade one way or another. I'm trying to get Soto and Tarek Skrupa, but we'll see. You got to obviously add to Gleyber Torres for that bad boy. Shortstops. Yeah, exactly. We have a boatload of position players. Thankfully, they can play a couple of them can play multiple positions, which is great. So, is Reynolds a pivot move or an addition to Judge? I think it's a replacement move to Judge, Conman, personally. And if you get Brian Reynolds, then you go get Nimmo, you go get Yoshida, something like that, or Benintendi, and you have the 2 corner outfield spots done. So, in my opinion, if Judge walks, and I'm thinking more each day that he walks, but we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. I just hope if the Yankees get him, it's not going to be $380 million to some stupid deal. Yeah, well, no doubt it would be a statement by the Yankees. 100% for train. 100%, brother. It's going to be It's going to be an interesting next couple of days. So, but the Yankees are heavily engaged with the Pirates right now, and they've been a steady trading partner for a couple of years now. They got Clay Holmes, and they've got quite a few folks from there, and sent quite a few folks to there. Yep. Yelich, I to me, it's a hard pass, Michael. He's got 7 years, $175 million left on his contract, and that's just going to look ugly in a couple of years. So even though he's had an injury, but I think it's going to be ugly. Latest, Clint Verlander to the Mets, Trey Turner to the Phillies, Brian Cashman to the Yankees for 4 years. That's what happened today. Rodon Blake is looking for a 6-year deal, and there's a good chance he'll get it, especially with Scott Boras. Especially with DeGrom getting 5 at 34. Rodon's only 29. So, do you think in Judge's meeting with Hal that he asked him, what are you planning to add to the team to make it better? Maybe. It should be. And again, they should be adding pieces right now. If that's a question, not like, no, we're waiting for you first. Because at that point, you've already lost you already lost several opportunities and guys that you could have filled in here. Should agree to terms in a contract between 200. I think that's too much, Chris. But again, he's got Scott Boras. Scott Boras is going to ask for the moon. He will. Yankees get Rodon. You're a Phillies fan. Adam, I hear that, man. I like that one. Download Twitter and turn on notifications so you can get any news and you don't have to keep refreshing your phone. Download Twitter where? That's why I'm looking at my phone because I have it on my phone. Good vibes. I don't know if I can do that on here on the laptop while I'm live streaming. Just give Judge the 9 so we can focus. He's going to get 9 regardless, Judge. I'm pretty confident of that. Let's see what we got. Carpenter staying. I doubt he's going to stay, Brian. I think he'll probably go back to St. Louis if he goes back. Trey Turner and Glaber for Cabrian Hayes. I don't know if it'll be enough for Cabrian Hayes. Honestly. Yeah, I'm with you too, Christopher Woods. I think he'll probably be 5 years, about $30 million per. Bassett's available. Taijuan Walker's available. Ross Stripling from the Blue Jays is available. All decent value guys. None of them are number one, but even so. Drunk Hispanic dude. I mean, it's an unfortunate reality that some people don't want to accept or even mention that this is a possibility. I think DeGrom will do nothing soon. Verlander will regress. Very, very possible, T-Drake. Very, very possible. So, and we'll see what they do with Rodon. I mean, when are we making moves? You remember that last year? Cashman blew it twice. Mazel tov, buddy. The Yankees just announced they gave Cashman a 4-year extension about a half an hour ago, maybe an hour ago. So they could have been waiting for that to have him locked up. So now they can, pivot and make some moves here. So we'll see. We'll see. But I mean, if I'm them, I'm making a move today. So if anybody hasn't heard, Judge is going to be at the winter meetings tomorrow. And smash that like button for those that haven't done that. I appreciate it. Can anybody see how many likes we got? I'm just curious. I want to try. We got 230 people in here. I'd love to get to like 175. Love to get to 200 likes if we could. Everybody's here right now, just smash that like button. We can get up to 200 pretty quickly. So I thank you for that. Yankees may be better if Judge walks. Yeah, and they'll spread it out across the board. They'll spread it out. 68 likes. So we got to get over 72 likes. We got to get this over 100. I totally understand, Totally understand. Not having faith. Totally get it. They haven't given us a reason to have much faith recently. So they really haven't. I think so too. They just announced the Cashman extension, again, less than an hour ago, around an hour ago. So now they could potentially, be rocking and rolling here. I'm looking down again. I'm refreshing Twitter here to see. Nothing yet. Let's go to the Yankees website themselves, their own message board. Brian Cashman signs 4-year deal. Yankees, everything's about re-signing Cashman. After additional money for Cashman's contract, Yankees make it official. Nothing right now. Rodon and Brian Reynolds would be freaking crazy. And $300 million is not insulting. It's the only offer that he's had now. It's been out there for like 2 weeks. That's a serious, and it makes him the highest paid position player in baseball history. So it's not insulting at all. Sean Gamer. I think Aaron Judge will be back in pinstripes. Let's see Aaron Judge be the next captain. I think Matt Carpenter should come back to the Yankees. I mean, both of them are possible. They're definitely possible, Sean. I think Lindor is worth $50 million more than Judge. $50 million more. What did he get? $340 last year. I mean, he also got his contract at 26. That's a huge difference than, Judge getting his at 31. So it's I don't know. I mean, honestly, but Lindor at 26 was a valuable piece for the Mets, no doubt. I know they're talking to Kodai Senga too. So And a couple of the talking to Rodon every day, multiple times a day. So we'll see. And again, Lindor, his 10-year contract is going to end when he's 35. Judge will only be about halfway through his contract. So that 5 years definitely makes a difference. That's why I look at Benintendi and Nimmo, happening in a Reynolds trade because he'll be costly before Reynolds trade. I hear that, Christopher. The Yankees have the pieces to get him, so needs to go to San Francisco. Sean, yeah, man. Yeah. Rodon and Correa. And then the Yankees were A&B from what Trout's getting take last. I don't know, man. It's hard to compare him to Trout. Trout was 27 when he started his extension, and he is the best player in baseball. RC's in the house very much, bro. I appreciate that, man. What's up? 71 days to pitchers, catchers. I love it, dude. I love it, honestly. Well, if you heard, they just extended Cashman for 4 years a couple minutes ago. Well, maybe a half an hour to an hour ago. So now that he's in the books and he's in the fold, I'm guessing the Yankees will probably show a little bit more of a sense of urgency. All right, 10 million signing bonus, Gerald. Okay, to 350. All right. John, what's up, my man? Good to see you too. Dairy Queen. Yeah, exactly, T. Drake. Exactly. Wow, we got 233 people in here. That's fantastic. Can we get those likes over 150? Can we do it? Judge is 25. Yeah, well, exactly, Tom. Extending Judge at 26 would have been a no-brainer at the whatever money he's going to get. But doing it at 31, it's a whole different landscape. So, what's the news, Andrew? Brian Reynolds is being heavily pursued by the Yankees. Trey Turner just signed with the Phillies. Verlander with the Mets. And Cashman's been extended for 4 years by the Yankees. That's what we know right now. The three big moves. Would I retire if I was guaranteed $30 million? Not from this. I wouldn't. They do nothing. Never go to another game for these greedy bastards. I hear you. Seeing the Yankees' big moves. The Judge staying with me. He's walking. Yeah, exactly, John. This is going to be a pretty interesting next 24 to 48 hours as it pertains to Judge. It really will be. I may have covered this, but I heard Judge is Trout. Yes, he's going to be in San Diego tomorrow for the meetings. He's in San Francisco right now. The winter meetings are in San Diego, so he's going there tomorrow. He's going to make a presence, so could be an announcement tomorrow. Could be. Judge Lee, I checked on Instagram. He had New York. His bio took off. It could happen. The Yankees would get, prospect money and a couple of draft picks because he's attached to a QO. So we'll see. Offensive goal, sign Rodon. Off-season goal, sign Rodon, bring back Judge and Benintendi left field. Offload the Donaldson and Hicks contract and trade Torres for bullpen help. That's a solid offseason. Last year, twice. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Ireland's in the house. What's up, Ireland? Patrick. 9-year deal with Giants Wednesday. Yeah, they may even go to 10. They might, or another team like Seattle, the Dodgers. And watch out for Texas because there's no state tax when they're playing over there. So he'll save millions of dollars in Texas, just playing in Texas. Benintendi was saying he very well could. Very, very well could. Now, I hope it doesn't happen, but he very well could. Maybe there's another injured man. Exactly, Udo. Come on, man. Let's try to have a little bit of faith. Levi, offense. Good sign. Carlos Rodon, bring back Judge and Benny. Torres for bullpen. Torres for bullpen help. I am totally game. I'm totally on board with. I am. Let's have a look again. It's amazing how just refreshing it is going to, because stuff comes out every couple of minutes now that things are really, oopsies. My thing was tailing back, sorry. with all the stuff that's going on now. And Monday and Tuesday is generally going to be the busiest days with the winter meeting. So, yeah, it's still Phillies signing Trey Turner to an 11-year deal. Let's see what we got on Twitter. Yeah, looks like he's looking for 6 years, about $30 million per. So about $1.80, right around Jacob deGrom, right around there. A little bit less, but Let's see. Coming, this and that. Yeah, that's what we know so far. That's what we know so far. Benintendi sign, yeah. So I get the mixed reaction, the mixed feelings, particularly as it pertains to Cashman. But I'm hoping now that he's in the fold, like things start to pick up for the Yankees. Because he knows they have multiple moves to make. He knows that. So they got to do something, man. Mattingly was on head numbers. Unfortunately, you're right, David. His numbers weren't as good for long enough. McGriff was 493. He's tied the same amount of home runs as Lou Gehrig, and he's got almost 1,600 RBIs. And both of these guys, Mattingly and Free, what's his name? God, he just made the Hall of Fame. McGriff. They excelled during the steroid era when all these other guys were juicing to the gills and trying to pump up their stats. These guys were hitting 35 home runs a year on a regular basis. And like McGriff said yesterday, all I need is 5 good swings a month, 5 home runs for 6 months, 30 home runs. And, 17 RBIs, something like that. That puts him at 100 ribbies for the season. And that's it. He kind of broke it down, and it made a lot of sense. Harper's annual is lower than expected, 25 million years, and considered much anymore for player. Yeah, but he got the years, and he got, at the time, it was the biggest outlay in history before Mike Trout. So it's going to be really interesting. It really is going to be interesting. 250 people. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, I hope you enjoyed enough to subscribe. I'll be giving out breaking news on everything on this channel, trades, free agency, all throughout the winter meetings, afterward as well. And always take a look in the description. You'll see them all there too. Like I've got a video out on Verlander, video out on Trey Turner, video out on Cashman's extension. So, and everything else that comes out, you'll get it immediately. So if you're not subscribed, please do that before you leave. And please hit that like button if you guys haven't done it yet. Mattingly played 20 years at first. Oh, no doubt about it, Mike. No doubt about it. That's the question, Paul. I mean, does he want to come back to New York, Benintendi? We don't know. At least I don't know. Keep hearing mixed stuff. Yeah, I'm hearing the Orioles are shopping Mullins, which makes me think that Orioles might be a dark horse for a guy like Brian Reynolds. They could swap the two of them. They really could. And then add a prospect from, Baltimore to Mullins, and then that could happen. He's no getting on Rodon. If so good, why aren't the Giants going hard off her? Well, he might be. We just don't know. But I don't know if they're going to go that high. I mean, the DeGrom market set the starting pitcher market so unreasonably high now. Well, that's one reason why teams are hesitant, because it's going to be crazy. Like, Rodon getting $30 million a year for 6 years. That's a lot of money for a guy that's basically had one full healthy year. So it's just something to keep in mind. But I totally get what you're saying, George. Totally get it. Well, then it'll happen with you and my wife. No idea, Jimmy. I don't know. Somebody tried to start a beef between the two. I have no idea. We don't talk about him on this channel, so maybe he's doing his thing. I'm doing mine. I don't know. Nothing. That's why Nemo might be an easier player. Yeah, I mean, he might be. And he's used to New York. He'd be a good fit too. If the O's get run, yeah. And I think that's one of the Yankees' fears, which is why the Yankees need to get a deal done, man. They really, really do. What's good, Jimmy Mathers? The Mets are in discussions with Andrew Benintendi. Yeah, I heard that too. Your real swap, do you really gain anything? Well, it'll probably cost a little bit more than Mullins, but it could also be a fit thing too. I don't know why they're trying to trade Cedric Mullins. I have no idea. Maybe they don't think they could afford to up the contract. Maybe Pittsburgh doesn't feel that way too. So, but they would still want to get an elite center fielder in return, in which case they would. So, yeah, thank you, Jim. Yeah, smash those likes. We over 100 likes yet, gang? Are we over it? For some reason, the software doesn't allow me to see it, the total amount of likes. So, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Risty. Thank you so much, man. I'm going to continue to share info. You'll be on the link on everything in the know. I appreciate everybody who's joined with the memberships too. You get that bonus content and all that stuff. But I want my people on this channel to know when things come out and get all the good information too. 131 likes. Okay. Can we get to 200 likes? We'll see. Yeah, Fortran, I'm with you. I hope they wake up this offseason. My guess is it'll probably happen now that Cashman signed. That'd be my guess, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we keep it. We try to keep it clean here, Michael. I mean, every now and then it gets a little, but we try to keep that away. And accurate, no doubt about it. We always want to put out the accurate stuff. I want you knowing the things that need to be important. So, because if I knew and I didn't share it with you, you'd have every right to be angry with me. Yeah. No, it doesn't show me the number of likes on my phone. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't show me at all on my laptop. So, Fortran, good. Yeah, if anybody hasn't subscribed to Fortran Express, please subscribe to this channel too. We got some more good Yankee content. He's an original OG of the 161 Mafia. So, how much of a threat to the Giants are a pretty big one, Mark Watson? They've got about 115 million coming off the books. They can afford to give him what he wants. 153 likes. All right, we're almost at 200 likes. Let's get to 200. Pittsburgh wants an elite center fielder. We can give him Hicks. Yeah, exactly. Hicks. I know Cashman's going to try to unload Hicks on any. He'll be easier to move than Josh Donaldson, that's for sure. So, yeah, Paul, I put out news on other teams. I don't discriminate on other teams either. So it's primarily a Yankees channel, but there are other fans who come in here, and I want them to know what their teams are doing too. It's only fair. I appreciate that, Al. Thank you, man. I hope they're better this year too. I hear you, Almaraz. I totally get it, man. I totally get it. There's the confidence, a lack thereof, on Brian Cashman. I get it, man. Ballin's in the house. What's good, baby? Can you get Yankees Avenue? Yes, I can, John. I'll get him on here. Maybe I'll see if I can get him to come live with me tomorrow during the winter meetings. We'll see if I can do that. IKF, Sweeney, Gill, Bader, Cabrera. I don't know. VFS. I don't think they're going to move Bader. I think they're going to bring in Reynolds for a corner outfield spot. That's just my gut telling me that. I could be wrong, though. My gut could be wrong. But Bader was really, really great here. Rumors suggest that Judge wants 9 years. Yeah. Yep. I'm hearing that as well. He'll get 9 years. From who? I don't know. We'll see. Will Hal match the Giants? It depends on how big it is. The Giants are preparing a monster offer. That's what I'm hearing. So, I don't know. I mean, I would not go up to 360. That's 40 per year for 9 years. I wouldn't do it. Yankees have way too many holes. So, the Blue Jays, yeah, Big Daddy Andrew Heaney, Anthony Lipari. Yep. They got the guy with the 6 gazillion when he came to the Yankees who couldn't do strikes. Well, they have made an offer to him. They haven't signed him yet, Lipari, but yeah. Yeah, they have an offer out to Heaney. So I'm 41 minutes, and once one guy goes, I've learned all hell breaks loose. Exactly, Paul. Dominguez, Wells, Glaber, Will Warren, and Luis Hill for Tatis Jr. Oh, man. I don't know if he's damaged goods or not. I'm really curious to see if he's damaged goods. Tatis Jr. I don't know if the Yankees would do that. I'm not sure. How long do we control Bader? We've got him through next year, and then he'll be a free agent in 2024. So, T-Ray. Drake. Try for a closer. Yeah, I mean, that's why I said, I mean, I would try to trade Torres for a Gregory Soto who can come in here and be a closer. Like, we need another big reliever, and I think from the left-handed side would be good. Would be really, really good. But we'll see what happens. And again, I would rather trade Torres for like a Gregory Soto instead of a guy like Pablo Lopez. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting. I'm really curious to see what they do. I'm really, really curious. Do I think the Yankees will give Rodon 6 years at $180? Probably not, Hayden. But he might get it from somebody. That might be the price to get him. In all honesty, like if the Yankees offered that now, he'd probably sign it. Try to get Scooble. Yeah, exactly, Christopher. I would try to do a pairing trade. Big upside from the left-handed starting pitcher and another big arm with left-handed relief too. I would do the same. We try to get Tyler Scooble. It would cost a boatload, but that's what you have to do to get these types of players. It's going to cost a ton. An absolute haul, right? Let me check Yankees Twitter here. No, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Oh, wait a second. 1 hour. No. 3 minutes ago. Mets. Jack Curry on Hot Stove mentions this becoming like the Cano negotiations. It's a bad sign. Oh, if he does. Bowden mentioned the Yankees had 9 years, 300. I wonder if it once value. Judge wants 30 to 50 more, 50 million more than 300. Yeah, I get it. He totally does. He'll get it. And 9 years for 300 is worse than 8 years for 300 with regards to the Yankees. So, Chris Schmidt, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. Without offering Dominguez, Peraza, or Volpe, what would you offer to Pittsburgh for Reynolds? Your thoughts on Stripling? Is another one who's in free agency. I think doesn't come with a QO. He's a guy we look at. He'd be like a number 3 guy or something like that. Dansby Swanson is probably the most affordable of the 4 shortstops. I would look at him as well. Dominguez, I don't think the Yankees will be able to get Reynolds without giving up one of those guys. And the only guy of those 3 I would give up, Chris, would be Dominguez. I would not give up Peraza. They don't need an infielder or a shortstop there. So Volpe, they might. I mean, they're going to ask for as many of these guys as possible, no doubt about it. But if I'm them, I'm giving up. I'm building a package around Jason Dominguez. That's what I would do. But we'll see. Do I think Aaron Judge will get 9 years? Yes, I do. John, yes, I do. That's $40 million per. So the Martian, yeah, he's gotten criticized recently for not hustling and work ethic. So, and that's like the second or third time that it's happened. So that's what I mean. Like that's too many red flags, really, for at least for me. Let's see. Joe's gonna go soon. Yeah, I mean he's coming to the winter meetings tomorrow. Balling. So some of the big pieces are off the board. I think I wouldn't be surprised if another couple of pieces came off the board tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if I put out a couple more videos. So I totally expect that to happen. So, it's gonna be rough, a fun couple days, that's for sure. I love that type of stuff, so that's why I'm going live because I wanted to see what you guys and gals thought of the moves already today. Turner and Verlander and Cashman. So, Punky, thank you. Really appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. As long as the Astros don't win the World Series, well, now they don't have Verlander, so Verlander's gone. I'll sleep better too. But they're stacked. Their pitching is stacked even without Verlander. Judge has 2 or 3 seasons before in 20. We have 1 permanent DH. Yeah, exactly, Edward. Exactly. Have the Astros re-signed the GM? They have not. Yankees need to get out. Damn right, balling with AC. Get off your ass, Cashman. It doesn't take that long to sign your 4-year extension. You sign it, and that's it. Now let's have a look. See if any activity is going on here. Let's see what we've got. Latest on Aaron Judge. Ooh, this just popped up. It's going to top 300. It's going to top 9 years. Minimum of 9 years is required. So, all right, he's letting known that a minimum of 9 years is going to do it. So, Yankees have the best chance to get Rodon. They probably do, Hayden. They have the young Verlander, the kid that weren't. Yeah. Astros have a bunch of guys. I mean, Framber Valdez. They got a bunch of good young pitching. They really, really do. I hear the rumor about Hicks and Oswaldo being traded to the Nationals. I have not heard that one, Joshua. Traded to them for who? If you're going to move Oswaldo Cabrera, what are you going to get in return? That's a pretty good piece. Yeah, Angel. I'm not surprised the Mets got Verlander. It was going to be a reactionary move. They needed to replace DeGrom. They needed to replace him. I'm curious to know who would they get from the Nationals back. Judge a couple years ago from basically being champion. Probably been in. Probably. Hal needs to get to. Oh my God. 273 people in here. Let's get over 200 likes, gang, please. Let's do it. Welcome, everybody, by the way. If it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. We go live. We do breaking news. We do all different types of stuff all the time. You want consistent content that's accurate and you want to be up to speed on everything, this is a great place for you. So I hope you enjoyed enough to subscribe to the channel. And thank you for my regulars and the members and everybody else. You guys and gals are the best. Cashman's not. Yeah, the numbers haven't shown up yet, Mac. I took a look. Hasn't shown up yet. Donaldson, Hicks, or Patrick Corbin. Donaldson and Hicks or Patrick Corbin. Interesting. I think we talked about that before too. Corbin's got, I think, 60 years left on his contract or something like that. So maybe if the Nationals ate a little bit of that money, maybe. Yeah, lots of new names in the chat. So welcome, everybody. Seriously, welcome. Welcome to the 161 Mafia. 287 people. Wow, we might get to 300 people in here. Like and share is done. I appreciate that, Angel. Verlander was overkill for the Mets. Yeah, I mean, the shorter term deal, I didn't, think they were going to go to 5 years. I didn't think anybody, honestly, was going to go to 5 years for DeGrom. That's a lot for DeGrom, a guy who hasn't pitched it more than a half a season in like 3 years. So that's it. It was a necessary risk that Rangers had to take, but a very, a dangerous one too. Very dangerous one. Full year of Lance McCullers. Yes. Yep. The Astros get him back too. Astros are going to be fine, even losing Verlander. Has to come out of the Nationals and to go to a contending team because he's still got a pretty decent. John, I mean, if the Nationals are willing to eat a bunch of his contract, then maybe it's something that they'll consider. Maybe. Aaron's being on fans. Gordon Ramsay needs to replace cursing and throwing frying pans at everybody. 198 likes. We got 2 more likes to get to 200. I appreciate that, guys and gals. Thank you. Where do they pivot with Turner off the board? If Judge leaves, maybe Carlos Correa and Brian Reynolds. I would take both of those. Udall, I'm getting there, Udall. Feeling better. I appreciate you asking, man. I had COVID a couple weeks before. That was my first time in 3 years ever getting it. So I've been beat up this last month. Stay to after 5. You'll go to 4. I might, Tom. I might. At least the Mets will get 60 starts from Verlander. Probably will, Robert. That's pretty. You're probably right about that. All right. Appreciate you. 201 likes. Thank you, gang. Thank you. Anything on Murphy? Nothing. The latest, Hayden, is that he was close to being traded to the Braves last night, and then something happened where you just got stuck. But it sounds as if the Braves are still the favorites to land Sean Murphy. They have familiarity with each other's farm too. I mean, they at that Matt Olson trade last season, so they know they've worked together recently. So would I be surprised? No, I also wouldn't be surprised if the Cleveland Guardians got him or the Cardinals got him, because I think the Astros are probably going to get Wilson Contreras. So, but we'll see. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you, Jane. Thank you. We'll wrap this up in a few minutes too. The Yankees are going for Reynolds. Who's the odd man out? Probably Judge, Stefano. Probably Judge. I think it'll be I think if they know that Judge is leaving, they're going to go hard to try to close the deal with Brian Reynolds. John, sorry to hear about your wife, man. I mean, she has to, if she can, quarantine, drink a lot of fluids, rest, wear your mask, and just do as best you can to stay inside to get through it. I mean, I had a fever for a couple of days with my wife, so we were just for a couple of days, and then we started to get better. So hopefully, it's the same for your wife. I mean, it's not that bad, John. So I got 3 girls too, and one of them caught COVID. So, and my youngest is 4 months. I got a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 5-month-old now, John. So we were terrified all of our girls were going to get caught, but only one of them got it. So, but the best thing would be just quarantine as much as you can, stay inside, rest. Oh, put the charger on. Drink a lot of fluids, and take naps during the day if you can. The sleeping, I took afternoon naps each day I was quarantining. That definitely helped me. Yeah, I mean, believe me, me too, Ben and Danielle. I mean, we didn't get it. We went to a wedding, and that's how we got it. So look at that, John. We're kind of in a similar place. The age ranges. Nice. Very nice. Take good care of them, man. 1/shit a week before Christmas, T. Drake. Yeah, I mean, I don't wish on anybody. I mean, it wasn't as bad. I'm vaxxed and boosted and everything, but I hope people don't get it. Giants and Yankees. Yeah, the first series in 2023 at Yankee Stadium is a home series. They played the San Francisco Giants. So can you imagine if Judge goes there and he's playing against us? Be crazy, man. Anthony, good, man. Stay COVID free, too. That puts a different perspective in afternoon delight. Yeah, it does, D-Rod. You do the same. You to Mazel Tov, buddy. Shalom. Always great to see you. I'll wrap it up in like 3 minutes. We're going on an hour. We're at 57 minutes. I'll wrap it up there. But I'm with you, man. I mean, yeah, be safe, guys. If you haven't caught it, just be very, very careful. And if you do, quarantine and hydrate and rest immediately. Dude, I appreciate that, John. Thank you. I hope so. I'm hoping to make this bigger one of these days. One of these days, I'm hoping to make it bigger, John. I appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you. Kodai Senga. So the Yankees and the Mets are in on him. They've spoken to his people. I'm hearing that the Dodgers have too, and I think the Astros as well. He'll have a pretty heavy market. McMahon, Rodon. So now we know that Rodon is looking for 6 years and around $30 million per season right now. That's we got some specifics on as to what he was looking for. So, Aaron, if anybody hasn't heard, Aaron Judge will be here tomorrow at the winter meetings. He's going to arrive tomorrow. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Burned, you at least taking a long green. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, but I mean, Yankees need to do something. They can't wait for him. They cannot wait for Judge's decision. They got to make the team better in other areas. Anthony, I appreciate that, man. I mean, big to me, I would like to get to like 25,000 subs. Maybe 1 year. Maybe 1 year we'll get there. 25,000 subs. Sasker, thanks so much. I appreciate that. I really do. I will keep it coming too. I want you guys and gals in the loop on everything. John, have a great night too, man. Get your rest, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I keep everybody linked in on everything. And again, we don't discriminate against other teams too. So any other teams that puts out breaking news, I put it on here as well. So it's predominantly Yankees, but we don't discriminate. So, Danny, I mean, Brian Cashman, please get Brian Reynolds. Please get Brian Reynolds. But I know, Danny, everybody's pumped up that he's been re-signed, Brian Cashman. Man, I appreciate that. Thank you. Maybe one day, T. Drake. Maybe one day we'll get 1 million subs. That would be kind of nuts, but it'd be kind of cool. Live tomorrow, probably around the same time, between 3 and 5, Dan, between 3:35. That's when my girls nap. That's when I'll go live. So TT's in the house. Talbot, man. Turner to the Phils. Verlander to the Mets. Cashman's been extended for 4 years. So, Jimmy, always a pleasure. Yeah. We keep getting breath saying the team has not celebrated since 2009. That's the thing, man. We're chomping at the bit to get another celebration, aren't we, Udo? We are chomping at the bit. Imagine Yankees big signings, Cashman. That would be a shit show. I mean, it would be. Danny, I think a lot of people would be happy with that. Judge back, Reynolds here, Rodon. Be a nice offseason. Really nice offseason. Put out shorts, your sub count skyrockets. Yeah, maybe I will, actually. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I appreciate that, Benedino. Is that a category in shorts? Or do I just do short videos like a minute long? Turner, Phillies, Mets, Verlander, the Yankees sleeping at the wheel. Yeah, I mean, I think I think it's 72 or 73 days to spring training, Anthony. RC put that out a little while ago. RC from NYC. Yeah, they just gave Cashman his extension like a little over an hour ago, so maybe they were waiting for that, Tyler. I don't know. Maybe they were waiting for that, but we'll see. How do I feel about the Trey Turner signing with the Phillies? A good deal for the Phillies. They got him at $27 per year. That might hurt Carlos Correa's market, so Correa might be pissed. Because a lot of folks thought he was going to get more than $30 million per. Fritz is in the house, baby. What's good, man? My take on a reliever market, not hearing much about it. If I'm them, I'm trying to trade Gleyber Torres for a good reliever, like a Gregory Soto or somebody like David Bednar. I've been talking to Fortran Express a lot about David Bednar, so we're both on the Bednar train here too. So, but all right, we're over an hour, gang. So let me let you. Dear McDonald's meal, if we get a bench plate of waste space, that's not celebratory. I'd be insulting the Big Mac and the apple pie, Udo. If they get Brian Reynolds and Carlos Rodon, I'll do the McDonald's. That's worthy of celebrating. That's worthy, baby. Yeah, 27 per, but 11 years. Longer contract like Bryce Harper, but for slightly less money. But, yeah, I hear you, man. Correa would bring a lot here, and he's playoff tested, as is Xander Bogaerts. But let me let you guys and gals go. I appreciate you coming on, spending some time with me. That's what we know right now at the winter meetings. Let me just do one last check and see if anything's popped up in the last couple minutes, and I'll leave you with let's check Twitter sphere. Nothing. Okay, nothing yet on the Twitter sphere. Let's check the MLBTradeRumors.com. Let's see what else we got. CT Drake. The Padres, Twins, and the Guardians are discussing Christian Vasquez, catcher. That's the last thing on here. I would keep IKF as a utility, Danny, at this point. So I don't think he's going anywhere. We need his base running. So, especially now that Trey Turner's not coming here. But, yeah, it'd be a huge offseason TT. Yeah, we needed like a 2009, like a Burnett, CC, and Teixeira offseason, man. We do. I hear that sarcasm, Fritz. I hear that, baby. Australia down under. Welcome, Australia. It's just getting started, David. It's just getting started. Cashman has a tendency to do this. He waits the market out a lot. And sometimes he makes stupid moves. But sometimes we wish he'd make aggressive early moves too. So I totally get it, David. Totally gets it. It's a legitimate question. Yanks extended Hicks right now. Good. Give him another 6-7 years. Where's Aaron Judge? He's showing up at the winter meetings tomorrow. That's what we heard a little bit ago. Thor. Nothing else on Thor. The Yankees have looked in on him. They like him. But that's what we got right now. But let me let you guys and gals go. Thanks for coming on. If anything else comes out today, you'll get a video immediately. If anything huge comes out, maybe we'll go live again tonight. I'll definitely go be live again tomorrow, right around 3:30 to 5 p.m. So that's when a lot of the action takes place. But that's when my girls are napping too. So it's the easiest time to get for me to go live. But have a great night, everybody. Ollie, keep your faith, bro. Keep your faith. Keep the faith, gang. So peace and love. Signing out. Next time.